Welcome to this transformative masterclass on essential life skills, personal development, and practical strategies for success. Over the next hour, we'll embark on an in-depth journey that will revolutionize how you approach both personal and professional growth. This comprehensive session is designed to be more than just theory. It's a practical roadmap for transformation that has helped thousands achieve breakthrough results. We'll explore advanced training techniques, evidence-based productivity strategies, and powerful mindset shifts backed by the latest research in neuroscience and psychology. Whether you're an aspiring trainer looking to master the art of knowledge transfer, a professional seeking practical solutions to complex challenges, or someone committed to personal excellence, this guide will equip you with battle-tested strategies and immediately applicable tools. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of how to leverage these insights for tangible improvements in your career, relationships, and personal growth. Get ready to unlock your full potential as we dive deep into each crucial area of development, supported by real-world examples and proven methodologies. Let's begin by understanding the fundamental principles of personal development, backed by decades of research and real-world application. Personal growth isn't just about random improvement. It's a systematic process of transformation that follows specific, scientifically validated patterns. Research from leading institutions has shown that sustainable personal development follows a specific pattern: deep awareness, intentional planning, consistent action, and structured reflection. Think of it as constructing a skyscraper. You need not just a foundation, but a carefully engineered structure that can support continuous growth. This foundation combines self-knowledge, strategic goal setting, and evidence-based growth strategies. Throughout this session, we'll examine successful case studies, from Fortune 500 executives to everyday individuals who've achieved remarkable transformations. For instance, we'll explore how Sarah, a mid-level manager, used these principles to transform her team's performance by 150% in just 6 months, or how Michael, an entrepreneur, built a 7-figure business by systematically applying these strategies. These real-world examples will provide you with practical tools to architect your own success story, complete with actionable steps and measurable milestones. One of the most crucial aspects of personal development is self-awareness, the cornerstone of lasting change. This involves developing a sophisticated understanding of your strengths, weaknesses, values, and core motivations. Let's engage in a powerful visualization exercise. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, having achieved your ideal life. What does your daily routine look like? How do you handle challenges? What impact are you making? What skills have you mastered? Self-awareness goes beyond surface-level understanding. It's about recognizing your behavioral patterns, emotional triggers, and growth opportunities. Recent studies from Harvard Business Review show that individuals with high self-awareness are not only 4.6 times more likely to succeed in leadership roles, but also report 40% higher job satisfaction. We'll explore advanced techniques for developing this critical skill, including mindfulness practices, 360-degree feedback analysis, emotional intelligence assessments, and structured reflection frameworks that have been proven effective in both corporate and personal development contexts. For example, we'll practice the values alignment exercise, where you'll identify your core values and assess how well your current actions align with them. We'll also explore the behavioral pattern mapping technique, which helps you understand and optimize your responses to different situations. Now, let's delve into the Train the Trainer program, TTP, a sophisticated methodology that transforms good communicators into exceptional educators and leaders. This comprehensive system is built on cutting-edge research in neuroscience and adult learning theory. Studies show that effective training engages multiple learning modalities: visual, 40% of learners, auditory, 30%, and kinesthetic, 30%. Master trainers understand how to weave these modalities together, creating immersive learning experiences through strategic storytelling, interactive exercises, and real-world applications. Let's explore the 4 pillars of training excellence. Content mastery, understanding your subject matter at both theoretical and practical levels. Delivery excellence, mastering presentation and facilitation techniques, learner engagement, creating participatory learning environments, and outcome measurement, using data-driven approaches to assess and improve training effectiveness. We'll examine real case studies of successful training programs and break down exactly what makes them work. For instance, we'll analyze how a global technology company increased their training effectiveness by 87% using these principles, and how a healthcare organization reduced their onboarding time by 40% while improving retention rates. You'll learn specific techniques like the engagement triangle method for maintaining audience attention, the knowledge spiral approach for building complex concepts, and the action-reflection-integration model for ensuring learning transfer. Understanding adult learning principles is fundamental to becoming an exceptional trainer. The science of andragogy shows that adults learn fundamentally differently from children. They require immediate relevance, practical application, and respect for their existing knowledge base. The ADDIE model, Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, Evaluation, provides a comprehensive framework for creating high-impact training programs. When teaching complex skills, start with real-world challenges your learners face daily. The enhanced 70-20-10 learning model demonstrates that optimal learning comes from 70% hands-on experience and practical application, 20% social learning and peer interaction, and 10% formal instruction. This research-backed approach ensures both immediate engagement and long-term retention. Let's explore specific techniques for creating experiential learning opportunities. First, scenario-based learning. Create realistic situations that mirror workplace challenges. For example, if teaching leadership skills, present a case where a team is experiencing conflict. Participants must analyze the situation, develop solutions, and practice their response. Problem-based case studies allow learners to apply theoretical knowledge to real situations. Role-playing exercises develop practical skills in a safe environment. Participants can practice difficult conversations, negotiations, or presentations while receiving immediate feedback. Action learning projects have shown remarkable success in organizations worldwide. These projects involve small groups working on real organizational challenges while learning from the process. For instance, a manufacturing company implemented action learning teams to improve production efficiency. Participants learned process improvement techniques while solving actual workplace problems. This approach resulted in both skill development and tangible business results. Consider the learning laboratory approach. Create controlled environments where learners can experiment with new techniques without real-world consequences. Use simulation tools and virtual reality platforms to provide immersive learning experiences. Implement the teach-back method, where learners must explain concepts to others, reinforcing their own understanding while developing presentation skills. Communication skills are the bedrock of effective training, requiring mastery of both verbal and nonverbal elements. Groundbreaking research from UCLA shows that communication impact comes from 55% body language, posture, gestures, facial expressions, 38% tone of voice, pitch, pace, volume, and 7% actual words used. Expert trainers develop proficiency in reading micro-expressions, understanding cross-cultural communication nuances, and adapting their style to diverse audiences. Let's explore advanced communication techniques in detail. The GROW model, Goals, Reality, Options, Will, provides a structured approach for transformative questioning. Start with clear goal setting. What specific outcome are you seeking? Then assess current reality. What's happening now? Explore options. What alternatives have you considered? Finally, establish will. What specific actions will you take? This framework helps guide productive conversations and problem-solving sessions. The enhanced STAR method, situation, task, action, result, creates compelling examples and stories. When sharing experiences, describe the specific situation, outline the task or challenge, detail the actions taken, and highlight the measurable results. This structure helps listeners understand and remember key points while demonstrating practical application. Master advanced active listening techniques that focus on emotional intelligence and empathy. Practice the echo method. Briefly summarize what you've heard to confirm understanding. Use empathy mapping to understand others' perspectives. What are they thinking, feeling, saying, and doing? Create psychological safety through validation statements and open-ended questions. Develop specific strategies for handling difficult conversations, such as the hear approach. Hear the concern, empathize with the speaker, ask clarifying questions, and respond thoughtfully. Learn to manage group dynamics effectively. Use the round-robin technique to ensure equal participation. Implement the parking lot method for managing off-topic discussions. Foster collaborative learning environments through structured dialogue techniques like Think, Pair, Share or World Cafe discussions. These approaches drive lasting change by engaging all participants and creating shared understanding. Let's dive deep into practical life hacks that can revolutionize your daily routine. These evidence-based strategies are designed to optimize your time, energy, and resources. We'll focus on 3 key areas: productivity optimization, energy management, and decision-making efficiency. Modern neuroscience shows that our brains make thousands of decisions daily, leading to decision fatigue. Research from the University of Florida demonstrates that we make approximately 35,000 decisions each day, with peak decision-making ability occurring in the morning hours. Understanding your personal energy patterns is crucial. Track your energy levels throughout the day using an energy audit. Note when you feel most alert and productive. Schedule your most important tasks during these peak periods. Implement the 90-20 rule. Work intensely for 90 minutes, followed by 20 minutes of rest. This aligns with your body's natural ultradian rhythm and maximizes cognitive performance. By implementing systematic approaches to daily tasks, we can conserve mental energy for important decisions. Create decision frameworks for recurring choices. For instance, successful entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs famously wore the same outfit daily to eliminate decision fatigue. Consider creating decision templates for recurring situations, predetermined responses for common emails, standard meal plans for weekdays, or automated bill payments. Develop choice architecture in your environment. Organize your space and systems to make good decisions easier. Place healthy snacks at eye level in your kitchen. Set up automatic savings transfers. Create email filters to prioritize important messages. Use the if-then planning method to automate responses to common situations. If it's Monday morning, then I review weekly goals first. The 2-minute rule, popularized by productivity expert David Allen, is just one example of these powerful productivity principles. Research shows that tasks that take less than 2 minutes require more mental energy to remember and schedule than to complete immediately. This principle extends beyond simple tasks. It's about creating momentum in your day. Let's explore practical applications. When you receive an email that requires a quick response, answering immediately prevents the mental burden of remembering to do it later. This approach also applies to habit formation. Starting with 2-minute versions of larger habits helps build sustainable behavior changes. Whether it's reading 1 page of a book, doing 2 push-ups, or writing 1 sentence, these micro-actions build powerful momentum. Consider real-world success stories. Sarah, a busy executive, implemented the 2-minute rule and found she completed 40% more tasks daily. She started with simple actions like immediately filing documents after meetings, responding to quick emails during breaks, and updating her to-do list in real time. The key is identifying these 2-minute opportunities in your daily routine and acting on them immediately. Combine this with the touch it once principle. When you encounter a task, either complete it immediately, delegate it, or schedule it for later. This prevents the accumulation of small tasks that can overwhelm your mental energy. Create a quick win list of tasks that take less than 2 minutes. Tackle these during short breaks or transition periods in your day. Time management is a critical skill that can be mastered through proven techniques. The Pomodoro technique, developed by Francesco Cirillo, is based on cognitive science research showing that our brains naturally operate in focused pulses. By working in 25-minute blocks followed by short breaks, you align with your brain's natural rhythm. This method has been shown to increase productivity by up to 40% while reducing mental fatigue. Studies at the University of Illinois found that brief diversions from a task dramatically improve focus. Let's explore how to implement the Pomodoro technique effectively. Start by identifying your most important tasks for the day. Set a timer for 25 minutes and focus solely on one task. During this time, eliminate all distractions. Put your phone on silent, close unnecessary browser tabs, and find a quiet space to work. After each 25-minute session, take a 5-minute break to stretch, walk, or do quick exercises. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer 15 to 30-minute break to recharge. Combine this with the concept of time blocking, scheduling specific activities during your peak energy hours. For instance, if you're a morning person, schedule your most challenging tasks before noon. Research from Harvard Business Review shows that most people have peak cognitive performance 2 to 4 hours after waking. Use energy management techniques like the 90-minute focus blocks, aligned with your natural ultradian rhythm for optimal performance. Consider the MIT FIRST approach, tackling your most important task during your peak energy period. Research shows that willpower and focus are strongest in the morning, making it ideal for challenging work. Implement the 52-17 rule, 52 minutes of focused work followed by 17 minutes of complete break, which studies show can maximize productivity while maintaining high energy levels. Advanced time management strategies include the time boxing technique, allocating fixed time periods to activities to prevent perfectionism and procrastination. For example, give yourself exactly 1 hour to draft a report, then move on. Use the Swiss cheese method for overwhelming tasks. Punch small holes in big projects by working on them in 5 to 10-minute increments. This helps overcome initial resistance and builds momentum. Organization is key to reducing stress and increasing efficiency. Let's explore proven systems that can transform your daily life. Start with a brain dump. Write down everything that occupies your mind, from tasks to ideas to concerns. Then categorize these items using the 4Ds method. Do it now, delegate it, defer it, or delete it. Create systems that work for you, whether it's a digital calendar, a bullet journal, or a simple to-do list. For digital organization, tools like Trello or Asana can help manage projects, while apps like Evernote can store and categorize information. Consider implementing the PARA method, projects, areas, resources, and archives, for both digital and physical organization. Let's dive deeper into digital organization strategies. Create a hierarchical folder system for your digital files using the 3-3-3 rule. No more than 3 main categories, 3 subcategories within each, and 3 levels deep. Implement a consistent file naming convention. For example, YYYMDD project name version. Use cloud storage with automatic backup to ensure your digital assets are protected. For physical organization, implement the touch it once principle. When you encounter an item, decide its fate immediately rather than postponing the decision. Research from Princeton University Neuroscience Institute shows that physical clutter competes for your attention, resulting in decreased performance and increased stress. Create designated spaces for frequently used items and implement the one-in, one-out rule to maintain organization. Consider the zones approach to physical organization. Divide your space into activity-based zones. For example, create separate zones for focused work, creative projects, and administrative tasks. Each zone should contain all necessary tools and resources for that activity. Use the visibility rule. Make frequently used items visible and easily accessible, while storing rarely used items out of sight. The goal is to get tasks out of your head and into a reliable system. This frees up mental energy for more important things and ensures nothing falls through the cracks. Remember, the best organization system is the one you'll actually use consistently. Start small. Organize one area of your life at a time and gradually build habits that stick. Consider the Sunday reset ritual, spending an hour each Sunday planning the week ahead and organizing your space. Let's explore the transformative power of positive thinking and its profound impact on our lives. Positivity isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about maintaining a constructive outlook while facing challenges. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that positive thinking can boost your immune system, reduce stress levels, and increase your overall life satisfaction by up to 40%. Studies demonstrate that optimistic people live 11 to 15% longer and have a 50% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. It's like wearing glasses that help you see opportunities where others might see obstacles. Let's examine a real-life example. Sarah, a marketing executive, faced a major setback when her campaign failed to meet expectations. Instead of dwelling on the failure, she used it as a learning opportunity. She analyzed what went wrong, gathered feedback, and implemented improvements. 6 months later, her refined approach led to the most successful campaign in her company's history. When faced with a setback, practice reframing. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how might this challenge help me grow? This shift in perspective can turn obstacles into stepping stones. Consider the 3 good things exercise. Each evening, write down 3 positive experiences from your day and reflect on your role in making them happen. Research shows this simple practice can increase happiness and decrease depressive symptoms for up to 6 months. To develop positive thinking systematically, try the positivity portfolio technique. Collect evidence of your past successes, positive feedback, and overcome challenges. Review this portfolio during challenging times to remind yourself of your capabilities. Positive thinking is a skill that can be developed with practice and conscious effort. Start by catching negative self-talk and challenging these thoughts with evidence-based alternatives. Use the ABCDE method: adversity, beliefs, consequences, dispute, and energize. When facing a challenge, identify your beliefs about it, examine the consequences of those beliefs, dispute negative thoughts with evidence, and energize yourself with positive alternatives. One effective way to cultivate positivity is through gratitude practice. Science has shown that regular gratitude exercises can significantly improve mental health and life satisfaction, with studies reporting up to a 25% increase in happiness levels among consistent practitioners. Let's explore a comprehensive approach to gratitude practice. Start each morning by listing 3 specific things you're grateful for. Not just broad categories, but detailed observations. For example, instead of "I'm grateful for my job," try "I'm grateful for the supportive feedback my colleague gave me yesterday." Research from UC Berkeley shows that people who practice gratitude experience improved sleep, reduced physical pain, and enhanced empathy. Create a gratitude map, a visual representation of the people, experiences, and opportunities you're thankful for. Update it monthly to maintain awareness of life's positive aspects. Consider implementing the gratitude circle technique. Each evening, reflect on one person who positively impacted your day and send them a brief message of appreciation. Research shows this practice strengthens social bonds and creates a positive feedback loop in relationships. Keep a gratitude journal and review it during challenging times. Studies indicate that reviewing past gratitude entries can reduce stress hormones by up to 23%. A powerful extension of this practice is the gratitude interview. Once a month, have a deep conversation with someone you're grateful for. Ask about their experiences, challenges, and wisdom. This not only strengthens relationships, but provides valuable life lessons and perspectives. Practice gratitude in relationships by expressing appreciation for specific actions others take. For instance, instead of a general "thank you," say, "I really appreciate how you took the time to explain that concept to me. It helped me understand it much better." Create a weekly gratitude ritual where you write detailed thank you notes to people who've influenced your life. Take time each day to acknowledge the good things in your life, no matter how small they might seem. Consider starting a gratitude chain in your workplace or community. Each person commits to recognizing someone else's contribution daily, creating a culture of appreciation. This simple habit can shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right, creating a more balanced and optimistic perspective. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it can actually improve your relationships, enhance your career prospects, and contribute to overall well-being. Research shows grateful individuals are 40% more likely to receive mentorship opportunities and advance in their careers. Stress management is another crucial aspect of maintaining a positive outlook. Understanding the science of stress can help you manage it better. When you feel stressed, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, helpful for short-term challenges but harmful when chronic. Recent neuroscience research reveals that chronic stress can reduce hippocampal volume by up to 8%, affecting memory and emotional regulation. Harvard research shows that implementing regular stress management techniques can reverse these effects and even promote brain growth in key areas. The key is to develop a personalized stress management strategy that combines immediate relief techniques with long-term resilience building. Learn to recognize your personal stress triggers by maintaining a stress diary for 2 weeks. Document situations, physical sensations, and emotional responses to identify patterns. Develop healthy coping mechanisms through the pause method. Pause and breathe, acknowledge feelings, understand triggers, strategize solutions, execute plan. Create a stress response toolkit, a collection of proven techniques that work for you. This might include physical activities, quick exercises, stretching, mental practices, meditation, visualization, and environmental adjustments, nature sounds, aromatherapy. The goal is to have multiple options available for different situations and stress levels. Create a comprehensive stress management toolkit. Include quick stress busters like deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or a short walk. For immediate relief, try the 5-5-5 technique. Identify 5 things you can see, 5 things you can hear, and 5 things you can feel. This grounds you in the present moment and activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Another powerful technique is the body scan meditation. Start from your toes and gradually move attention up through your body, releasing tension in each area. Research shows this can reduce perceived stress levels by up to 30% in just 10 minutes. For longer-term stress management, develop regular practices such as exercise, meditation, yoga, or engaging in hobbies you enjoy. Research indicates that 20 minutes of daily meditation can reduce cortisol levels by up to 25%. Consider the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress levels within minutes. Incorporate stress-reducing movement practices like Tai Chi or Qigong, which studies show can lower stress hormones by up to 50% when practiced regularly. Create a personalized stress management schedule, perhaps morning meditation, midday breathing exercises, and evening relaxation routines. Create a stress-free zone in your home or office, a designated space for relaxation and rejuvenation. Design this space using stress-reducing elements, soft lighting, comfortable seating, calming colors like blues and greens, and perhaps a small water feature or plants, which research shows can reduce stress levels by up to 15%. The key is to find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Remember, managing stress isn't about eliminating it completely. It's about handling it effectively and using it as a catalyst for growth. Studies show that individuals who view stress as a growth opportunity show improved performance and resilience. Develop a personal stress response protocol, a set of steps to follow when feeling overwhelmed, such as taking 3 deep breaths, writing down your concerns, and identifying one actionable step you can take immediately. Let's discuss the importance of goal setting in personal development. Effective goals are SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Research shows that individuals who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. When setting goals, be clear about what you want to achieve and why it matters to you. Consider using the OKR, Objectives and Key Results framework, popularized by Google, which focuses on ambitious objectives broken down into measurable key results. Studies show this method increases goal achievement rates by up to 70%. Use the 5 whys technique to uncover your true motivation. Ask yourself why 5 times to dig deeper into your underlying reasons. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, your progression might be why to communicate better when traveling, why to have more authentic experiences, why to understand different cultures deeply, why to broaden my perspective, why to become a more empathetic and understanding person. This deep understanding of your motivation creates a stronger emotional connection to your goals, which research shows increases persistence during challenges. Document these motivations and review them regularly, especially when facing obstacles. Implement the goal mapping technique. Create a visual representation of your goal, including major milestones, potential obstacles, and required resources. Break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps using the 1% rule. Focus on improving just 1% each day, which compounds to significant progress over time. Research shows that this incremental approach leads to 65% higher success rates compared to attempting dramatic changes. Create detailed action plans for each milestone, including specific tasks, deadlines, and success metrics. Create milestone markers to celebrate progress along the way. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, celebrate completing each chapter rather than waiting until the entire manuscript is finished. This makes them less overwhelming and allows you to track your progress more effectively. Write your goals down and review them regularly. Research shows that written goals are significantly more likely to be achieved. Use the weekly goal review system. Spend 15 minutes every Sunday evaluating progress and adjusting your approach as needed. Implement the success journal method. Document daily actions taken toward your goals, insights gained, and obstacles overcome. Goal achievement requires more than just setting targets. It needs a solid action plan. Create specific steps for each goal and establish deadlines using the 90-day sprint method. Break annual goals into quarterly objectives with clear deliverables. Use the if-then planning method to overcome potential obstacles. For example, if I feel too tired to exercise after work, then I'll do a 10-minute workout during lunch. Research shows this planning method increases goal achievement rates by up to 300%. Develop contingency plans for common obstacles. Create multiple pathways to your goal to ensure continued progress even when facing challenges. Develop a success routine, a daily set of actions that move you closer to your goals. Monitor your progress regularly using a tracking system that works for you, whether it's a digital app, a spreadsheet, or a simple journal. Consider using the traffic light system: green for on-track activities, yellow for areas needing attention, and red for immediate action required. Create a goal dashboard that displays your key metrics, progress indicators, and upcoming milestones. Research shows that visual progress tracking increases motivation and persistence by up to 40%. Be willing to adjust your approach if something isn't working. Use the feedback loop method. Implement, measure, analyze, adjust. Remember, setbacks are normal and can provide valuable learning opportunities. Studies show that successful people face an average of 3.8 failures before achieving their goals. Analyze what went wrong without judgment and use that information to refine your strategy. Create a lessons learned log to document insights from both successes and setbacks, building a personal knowledge base for future goal achievement. The key is to stay focused on your ultimate objective while remaining flexible about how you get there. Create an accountability partnership. Share your goals with someone who can provide regular check-ins and support. Celebrate small wins along the way using the success journal technique. Document daily progress, insights, and achievements. This builds momentum and motivation while creating a record of your growth journey. Consider implementing a success metrics dashboard. Track key performance indicators related to your goals. For instance, if your goal is career advancement, track skills acquired, projects completed, and networking connections made. Review this dashboard weekly to maintain focus and adjust strategies as needed. Networking and relationship building are essential life skills that can open doors to opportunities. Think of networking as cultivating a garden. It requires regular attention, nurturing, and patience to grow. Build genuine connections with others by showing sincere interest in their perspectives and experiences. Practice active listening. Focus on understanding rather than waiting for your turn to speak. Develop your elevator pitch, a concise, compelling introduction of yourself that sparks interest. Remember that networking isn't just about what others can do for you. It's about creating mutually beneficial relationships. Consider the value-first approach. Before asking for anything, think about what unique insights or assistance you can offer. Research shows that giving before receiving creates stronger, more lasting professional relationships. Let's explore practical networking strategies that successful professionals use. First, identify your networking goals. Are you looking to change careers, learn from industry leaders, or expand your business opportunities? Create a networking map identifying key individuals and organizations in your target field. For online networking, platforms like LinkedIn offer powerful tools. Engage meaningfully by sharing valuable insights, commenting thoughtfully on others' posts, and participating in relevant group discussions. Develop a content strategy for your professional presence. Share industry insights, project successes, and valuable resources regularly. Consider creating a networking power hour. Dedicate 1 hour each week to reaching out to new contacts, engaging with existing connections, and sharing valuable content. Master the art of meaningful follow-up. After meeting someone new, send a personalized message within 24 hours referencing specific points from your conversation. Schedule regular check-ins with your network, perhaps a quarterly coffee meeting with mentors or monthly virtual catch-ups with industry peers. Be generous with your time and knowledge, and always follow through on your commitments. Consider creating a networking calendar to ensure you're consistently nurturing these relationships. Remember to document key details about your connections, their interests, family details, or recent achievements to make future interactions more personal and meaningful. Implement the 3-touch rule. Aim to have 3 meaningful interactions with important connections each quarter. This could include sharing a relevant article, congratulating them on achievements, or introducing them to valuable contacts. Effective problem solving is another crucial life skill that can be systematically improved. When facing challenges, take a structured approach. First, clearly define the problem by gathering all relevant information. Use the ideal method. Identify the problem, define the context, explore possible solutions, act on a plan, and look back to evaluate. Generate multiple possible solutions through techniques like brainstorming or mind mapping. Consider implementing the solution tree technique. Map out potential solutions and their subsequent effects, helping you visualize the full impact of each option. Let's examine a practical problem-solving framework through a real-world example. Imagine you're tasked with improving team collaboration in a remote work environment. Start by gathering specific data. Survey team members about their challenges, analyze communication patterns, and identify bottlenecks. Apply the 5 whys technique to uncover root causes. For instance, if meetings are ineffective, ask why 5 times to dig deeper. Why are meetings ineffective? Why is participation low? Why do people feel disconnected? Create a problem-solution matrix documenting each challenge and potential solutions. Consider using the impact versus effort grid to prioritize which solutions to implement first. Create a solution matrix evaluating options based on implementation effort and potential impact. Consider both quick wins and long-term strategies. For our example, quick wins might include establishing clear meeting protocols, while long-term solutions could involve implementing new collaboration tools or restructuring team workflows. Evaluate each option using criteria such as feasibility, resources required, and potential impact. Implement the best solution with a clear action plan and assess the results. Don't be afraid to seek input from others. Different perspectives can lead to better solutions. Remember that most problems have multiple potential solutions. Practice breaking down complex problems into smaller, manageable components. Implement the solution testing framework. Pilot solutions on a small scale before full implementation, gathering feedback and making adjustments as needed. Let's explore the importance of continuous learning in personal development. In today's rapidly changing world, staying current with new knowledge and skills is essential. Create a personal learning curriculum based on your goals and interests. Make learning a daily habit. Dedicate at least 20 minutes each day to learning something new. Develop a learning roadmap outlining key skills you want to acquire and potential resources for each. Consider implementing the knowledge portfolio approach. Diversify your learning across different areas relevant to your goals, just as you would diversify financial investments. Consider implementing a structured learning approach using the 70-20-10 model, 70% practical experience, 20% social learning, and 10% formal education. For practical experience, identify projects at work or personal initiatives where you can apply new skills. For example, if you're learning project management, volunteer to lead a community event or organize a department initiative. Document your learning journey and challenges faced. Create a skills application journal where you record how you're implementing new knowledge in real-world scenarios. For social learning, join professional communities, attend industry conferences, or participate in mastermind groups. Consider creating a learning circle, a small group of peers who meet monthly to share experiences and insights. Engage in mentoring relationships, both as a mentor and mentee. For formal education, combine traditional courses with modern learning platforms like Coursera, Udemy, or industry-specific training programs. Create a quarterly learning roadmap with specific courses and certification goals. Create a personal knowledge management system. Use tools like Notion or Evernote to organize your learning materials, insights, and action items. Implement the PARA method, projects, areas, resources, and archives, to structure your digital notes effectively. Create templates for different types of learning content, book summaries, course notes, project reflections, and skill assessments. Apply the Feynman technique to deepen your understanding. Try to explain complex concepts in simple terms. Record yourself explaining them and identify gaps in your knowledge. Be curious about new ideas and willing to step out of your comfort zone. Every new skill you acquire adds to your personal and professional value. Create a learning journal to track insights and progress, including weekly reflection prompts and monthly skill assessments. Set specific learning goals with deadlines. For example, complete an advanced Excel course by the end of the quarter, or read and summarize one business book per month. Implement the 30-day skill challenge. Focus intensively on one skill for a month, documenting daily progress and insights. Emotional intelligence is a key factor in both personal and professional success. This includes understanding and managing your own emotions, as well as recognizing and responding appropriately to others' emotions. Research shows that individuals with high emotional intelligence earn on average $29,000 more annually and report 58% higher job satisfaction. Develop your emotional intelligence through regular self-reflection and mindfulness practices. Create an emotional intelligence portfolio documenting your growth journey. Let's explore practical exercises to enhance each component of emotional intelligence. For self-awareness, practice the emotion wheel exercise. Regularly check in with yourself and identify specific emotions you're experiencing. Use the expanded emotion wheel with 100 distinct emotions to develop a more nuanced emotional vocabulary. Keep an emotion diary for a week, noting triggers and your responses. Document patterns in your emotional reactions and identify specific situations that challenge your emotional regulation. For self-regulation, develop a personal calming routine, perhaps deep breathing exercises or a quick walk, to use when emotions run high. Create an emotional first aid kit with specific strategies for different emotional states. Practice the 90-second rule. Acknowledge that the chemical release causing emotion lasts just 90 seconds. Then choose your response. Master the ruler approach. Recognize emotions in yourself and others. Understand the causes and consequences of emotions. Label emotions accurately. Express emotions appropriately, and regulate emotions effectively. Create detailed response strategies for common emotional triggers. Practice empathy through perspective-taking exercises. When in disagreement with someone, actively try to understand their viewpoint. Use the 3 perspectives technique. Examine situations from your view, others' views, and an objective observer's perspective. Learn to identify emotional triggers and create strategies to manage them effectively. Develop your active listening skills by focusing on both verbal and nonverbal cues. Practice the HEAR method. Halt, stop what you're doing. Engage, focus fully on the speaker. Anticipate, listen for key points, and replay, reflect back what you heard. Regular emotional check-ins can help you build greater self-awareness and improve your relationships. Create an emotional intelligence development plan with specific goals and exercises for each component. Implement the Emotional Intelligence Challenge. Focus on one aspect of EI each month with specific exercises and reflection practices. Time is our most precious resource, and mastering its management is crucial for success. Research shows that effective time management can increase productivity by up to 230% and reduce stress by 65%. Let's explore proven strategies for maximizing your time effectiveness. First, implement the Eisenhower matrix. Divide your tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. Create a digital dashboard to track tasks in each quadrant. This helps you make strategic decisions about task prioritization. Document common tasks and their typical categorization to speed up future decision-making. Create a personal productivity system that combines multiple time management techniques. Start with time auditing. Track your activities for a week to identify time wasters and productivity patterns. Use specialized time tracking apps to generate detailed reports of your daily activities. Analyze your energy levels throughout the day and identify your peak productivity windows. Use this data to optimize your daily schedule. Implement the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately rather than scheduling it for later. Create a quick tasks list for items that fall into this category. Develop a time optimization playbook with your most effective productivity strategies. Consider time blocking, where you dedicate specific hours to particular activities. For instance, reserve your peak energy hours for complex tasks that require deep focus. Create power hours, 90-minute blocks of uninterrupted work on your most important projects. Use the MIT Most Important Tasks technique by identifying 3 crucial tasks each morning that must be completed that day. Implement the task stacking method. Group similar activities together to minimize context switching. Tools like digital calendars, task management apps, and time tracking software can significantly enhance your productivity. Create automated workflows and templates for recurring tasks. Create theme days to batch similar tasks together. For example, meeting Mondays or focus Fridays. This reduces context switching and increases efficiency. Design your ideal week template with specific themes and focus areas for each day. Use the Pomodoro technique strategically. 25 minutes of focused work followed by 5-minute breaks, with longer breaks every 4 cycles. Customize the intervals based on your personal energy patterns and work requirements. Remember to build buffer time into your schedule for unexpected tasks and creative thinking. Create a time buffer system. Allocate 20% of your planned time for unexpected issues or creative exploration. Implement regular time management reviews to assess and adjust your strategies. Learn the art of saying no effectively. When faced with new commitments, ask yourself, does this align with my goals? Is this the best use of my time? Remember, every yes to something is a no to something else. Develop boundaries and communicate them clearly to others. Consider using the think method before committing. Is it true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind? Practice saying no gracefully with phrases like, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I need to decline. Or, my schedule is at capacity right now, but I'd be happy to recommend someone else. Remember that protecting your time and energy is crucial for maintaining focus on your priorities. Let's explore a real-world example. Sarah, a successful entrepreneur, struggled with overcommitment until she implemented the 24-hour rule, waiting a full day before saying yes to any new commitment. This simple practice reduced her stress levels by 40% and increased her productivity. Another powerful technique is the energy audit. Evaluate how each commitment affects your energy levels and eliminate those that consistently drain you. Create a not-to-do list alongside your to-do list, documenting activities and commitments you consciously choose to decline. Practice the sandwich method of saying no. Start with appreciation, deliver the no, and end with an alternative or positive note. Self-care is fundamental to sustained success and well-being. Let's break this down into actionable components. For physical health, develop a sustainable exercise routine. Even 20 minutes of daily movement can make a significant difference. Create a personalized workout plan that includes cardiovascular exercise, strength training, and flexibility work. For example, Start your day with a 10-minute yoga sequence. Take a brisk walk during lunch and do strength exercises in the evening. Create a nutrition plan that focuses on whole foods and regular meals. Consider meal prepping on Sundays to ensure healthy options throughout the week. Learn to read nutrition labels effectively and understand portion sizes. Schedule regular health checkups and prioritize quality sleep by establishing a consistent bedtime routine. Create an optimal sleep environment by controlling temperature, light, and noise levels. Consider using sleep tracking apps to understand your patterns and optimize your rest. Take inspiration from Michael, a busy executive who transformed his health by implementing movement snacks, 5-minute exercise breaks every 2 hours. He reported increased energy levels and better focus within just 2 weeks. Design your environment for success. Keep healthy snacks visible and exercise equipment readily accessible. Practice the habit stacking technique. Attach new healthy habits to existing routines, like doing squats while brushing teeth or stretching while waiting for coffee to brew. Mental health requires equal attention. Practice daily mindfulness through techniques like the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise or progressive muscle relaxation. Start with just 5 minutes of mindfulness each morning, gradually increasing the duration as it becomes habitual. Set boundaries with digital devices. Try the tech sunset approach, turning off screens an hour before bed. Create designated tech-free zones in your home and tech-free times during your day. Develop a stress management toolkit, including deep breathing exercises, meditation, or journaling. Try the box breathing technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Keep a thought journal to track patterns in your thinking and identify triggers for stress or anxiety. Consider working with a mental health professional for personalized strategies and support. Implement the Mental Health First Aid Kit, a personalized collection of tools, activities, and resources you can turn to during challenging times. This might include favorite music playlists, guided meditation recordings, or contact information for supportive friends. Create a worry window. Designate specific times for processing concerns rather than letting them consume your entire day. Practice the RAIN method for handling difficult emotions. Recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. Emotional well-being flourishes through meaningful connections. Schedule regular check-ins with friends and family. Make these sacred appointments in your calendar. Create deeper connections by practicing vulnerability and active listening. Pursue hobbies that bring joy and creative fulfillment, whether it's painting, gardening, music, or cooking. Join communities or clubs related to your interests to meet like-minded people. Consider starting a gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day, being specific about why they matter to you. Create an emotional support network of trusted individuals who can provide different types of support: listeners, advisors, and motivators. Remember, self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for peak performance and life satisfaction. Practice self-compassion when facing challenges, treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Consider the story of David, who transformed his relationships by implementing the connection ritual, dedicating the first 5 minutes of any interaction to genuine, distraction-free conversation. Develop an emotional vocabulary list to better express and understand your feelings. Create a joy inventory. Document activities, people, and places that consistently bring you happiness, and intentionally incorporate more of these into your life. Financial literacy is a cornerstone of personal stability and growth. Start by mastering the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. 50% for necessities, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Create detailed spending categories within each allocation. For example, within necessities, break down housing, utilities, transportation, and basic food costs. Create an emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of expenses. Start small with automatic transfers of even $50 per month. Calculate your true monthly expenses by tracking every purchase for 30 days. Use the envelope system for discretionary spending to avoid overspending. Learn to distinguish between needs and wants by implementing a 72-hour rule for non-essential purchases. Consider the success story of Emma, who eliminated $20,000 in debt using the debt snowball method, paying off smallest debts first while maintaining minimum payments on larger ones. This approach provided quick wins that motivated her to persist. Implement the money date concept. Schedule weekly reviews of your finances to stay aware and in control. Create a financial freedom roadmap outlining short-term, medium-term, and long-term financial goals. Learn about the pay yourself first principle. Automatically divert a portion of your income to savings before spending on discretionary items. Develop a value-based spending approach by aligning your expenses with your core values and life goals. In today's rapidly evolving world, adaptability is your competitive advantage. Research shows that highly adaptable professionals are 40% more likely to advance in their careers. Develop this skill by regularly stepping out of your comfort zone. Take on new challenges at work, learn a new skill every quarter, or expose yourself to different perspectives and cultures. For instance, volunteer for cross-functional projects, learn a programming language if you're in business, or study psychology if you're in tech. Create a personal challenge calendar with monthly goals for trying new experiences, perhaps public speaking in January, digital marketing in February, and creative writing in March. Practice scenario planning. Imagine different possible futures and create flexible strategies to handle them. For example, develop 3 potential career paths and the skills needed for each. Study successful pivots in business and personal life for inspiration. Consider how Netflix transformed from DVD rentals to streaming, or how many restaurants quickly adapted to delivery models during global changes. Examine how professionals like Sarah Blakely turned rejection into billion-dollar opportunities with Spanx. Develop a comprehensive what-if analysis for major life areas: career, job loss, promotion, industry disruption, relationships, relocation, family changes, and personal growth, health challenges, unexpected opportunities. Create contingency plans for each scenario, including specific action steps and resource requirements. Build emotional resilience through the RAIN technique. Recognize the challenge, identify specific emotions and triggers, allow it to be there, practice non-judgmental acceptance, investigate with curiosity, examine your response patterns, and nurture yourself through the process. Develop self-compassion practices. Research indicates that resilient individuals recover from setbacks 50% faster than others. When facing change, focus on what you can control using the circle of influence exercise. Draw 3 circles for things you can control, influence, and must accept. Create a diverse support network of mentors and peers. Aim for 5 key relationships: a career mentor, a personal development coach, a peer accountability partner, an industry expert, and a wellness advisor. Develop a comprehensive personal resilience ritual. Combine physical exercise, 30 minutes of cardio or strength training, meditation, 15 minutes of guided practice, journaling, 3 pages of free writing, and social connection, weekly check-ins with supportive friends. Practice reframing negative situations using the 3 perspectives technique. Examine the situation from your viewpoint, an observer's viewpoint, and a future self's viewpoint. Keep a detailed resilience journal documenting challenges faced, strategies employed, outcomes achieved, and lessons learned. Create a victory log of past successes to review during difficult times. Cultivate a growth mindset by reframing challenges as opportunities for learning. Research shows that individuals with a growth mindset achieve 11% higher academic performance and show greater career progression. Keep a structured lessons learned journal using the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result, plus insights gained. Study biographies of successful people who overcame significant obstacles. Analyze their specific strategies and adaptation patterns. For instance, examine how Oprah Winfrey transformed early career setbacks into media innovation, or how Richard Branson turned dyslexia into entrepreneurial advantage. Create a comprehensive personal development library with books. Aim for 1 per month. Podcasts, weekly listening schedule, online courses, quarterly completion goals, and mentorship programs. Remember, adaptability isn't about avoiding discomfort, it's about becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. Practice deliberate discomfort through progressive challenge exercises. Start with small social risks like speaking up in meetings, advance to bigger challenges like leading major projects, and ultimately take on transformative challenges like career transitions or business ventures. This systematic approach builds your capacity for handling change and uncertainty while developing practical coping strategies. As we near the end of our journey together, let's reflect on the transformative power of personal development. The skills and strategies we've explored aren't just theoretical concepts. They're practical tools for creating positive change in your life. Research shows that individuals committed to personal development report 31% higher life satisfaction and 42% greater career success. Think of personal development as building a masterpiece. Each small improvement adds another brushstroke to your canvas, creating a unique composition of skills, experiences, and wisdom. Consider how far you've come and imagine the possibilities ahead. Your journey of growth is unique and valuable, shaped by your experiences and aspirations. Remember that every expert started as a beginner, and every achievement began with a single step forward. Implementation is where real transformation happens. Start by choosing one area we've discussed today and commit to making small, consistent changes. Create a detailed 30-day action plan with specific, measurable goals. For example, practice active listening in 3 conversations daily, or complete 2 modules of an online course weekly. Track your progress using a habit tracking app or journal. Celebrate small wins with meaningful rewards, and learn from setbacks by conducting weekly review sessions. Remember, progress isn't always linear. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come after periods of apparent stagnation. Research shows that it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit, so stay committed through the initial challenges. Use the compound effect principle. Small, consistent actions lead to significant results over time. Just 1% improvement daily compounds to a 37x improvement over a year. Share your journey with others who can support and encourage you, perhaps by joining a mastermind group or finding an accountability partner. Document your progress through photos, journals, or video logs to create tangible evidence of your growth. Take a moment now to identify 3 specific actions you can take this week to move forward. Make these actions SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, instead of start a morning routine, commit to wake up at 6 a.m. and spend 20 minutes on meditation, followed by 15 minutes of journaling for the next 7 days. Rather than create a budget, track every expense for 1 week, and categorize them using the 50-30-20 rule. Instead of general active listening, commit to practice the HEAR technique: halt, engage, anticipate, replay in at least 3 conversations daily. Write these commitments down in detail, including what success looks like for each one. Share them with an accountability partner who can check in with you daily. Create a visual reminder, perhaps a vision board, a progress tracker, or a simple checklist, and place it where you'll see it first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Remember that sustainable change comes from consistent small actions rather than dramatic overhauls. Consider joining or creating an accountability group. Research shows that shared commitments increase success rates by up to 95%. Set up regular check-ins, perhaps weekly virtual meetings or daily WhatsApp updates. Create a reward system for achieving your weekly goals. Make it meaningful but not excessive, like treating yourself to a special activity or experience you enjoy. Your growth journey is unique to you. Embrace this individuality as your strength. What works for others might not work for you, and that's perfectly fine. Be willing to experiment, adjust, and find your own path through conscious trial and error. Document your journey in a growth journal. Note what works, what doesn't, and most importantly, why. Stay committed to your development while being compassionate with yourself during challenging times. Remember that setbacks are not failures, they're data points in your personal research. When facing obstacles, use the WHOOP method. Wish, identify your goal, outcome, visualize success, obstacle, anticipate challenges, plan, create specific if-then strategies. Create your own success metrics based on your personal values and goals. Consider both quantitative measures, like tasks completed or habits maintained, and qualitative indicators like increased confidence or better relationships. Review and adjust these metrics monthly to ensure they remain meaningful and motivating. Thank you for investing this time in your personal growth. Remember, every expert was once a beginner, and every achievement starts with a single step. You have within you the power to create positive change through conscious choices and persistent action. Your journey of transformation doesn't end here, it's just beginning. The tools and insights you've gained today are your foundation, but the real work starts now. Consider this masterclass your personal growth blueprint. Take time this week to review your notes, organize your insights, and create a structured implementation plan. Break down your goals into 30-day sprints, 90-day objectives, and one-year milestones. Remember that transformation happens through consistent small improvements. The compound effect of daily 1% improvements leads to remarkable results over time. Keep learning, stay curious, and maintain your momentum. Each day brings new opportunities to apply what you've learned and to discover more about yourself. Trust in your ability to grow, adapt, and overcome challenges. Your future self is being shaped by the choices you make today. Make them count. Remember that personal development is a lifelong journey, and every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Create a personal development ritual, perhaps a weekly review where you celebrate wins, analyze lessons learned, and plan your next steps. Stay connected with like-minded individuals who support your growth. Consider starting a mastermind group or joining professional development communities. Your journey is unique, but you don't have to walk it alone. The skills and strategies we've explored today are your tools. Use them wisely, adapt them to your needs, and trust in the process of continuous improvement.